Microsoft will be watching everything you do on your computer this time around. Last week, Microsoft announced the Windows Recall feature that will be coming to Copilot Plus PCs from companies like Samsung, HP and Lenovo, powered by the new ARM chips from Qualcomm. So, what exactly is Windows Recall? It's essentially an AI-driven digital memory for your computer. Think of it like having a personal assistant for your digital life, capturing every action on your computer seamlessly. Windows Recall uses AI to track everything you do on your computer, making all of it searchable with a simple natural language queries. Imagine being able to scroll back in time to find files, folders, images, apps, messages, texts, and more. In a sense, it's Microsoft's attempt to bring back the timeline feature from Windows 10, which didn't quite take off. But this time around, it's supercharged with AI. To use Windows Recall, you'll need a Copilot Plus PC with some hefty specs like 16 gigs of RAM, 250 gigs of storage, and an NPU chip with 40 plus TOPS. Currently, only Snapdragon X Elite and Plus powered PCs meet these requirements, particularly with 40 TOPS NPU, which isn't available on Intel and AMD chips. This means Intel and AMD chips are left out, as Microsoft has only compiled the AI models for ARM chips. The key to Windows Recall is its ability to run multiple AI models concurrently, analyzing and understanding the content and the context of everything stored locally on your computer. While this feature leverages AI to create a searchable digital memory, is it all sunshine and rainbows? There are definitely some benefits, but it also raises significant privacy concerns. I've seen people talk about the negatives of this feature, how Microsoft is installing spyware on your PC and stealing all your personal data, including passwords and credit card information. Well, those people might be correct, but I'm still optimistic that it will save you tons of time trying to find what you are working on. So, to help you decide if this recall feature is for you, I'm breaking down 5 key reasons why you might want to use it and 5 reasons you probably shouldn't. Let's get into it. With Windows Recall, you can easily retrieve content if you ever forget where you saved an important document or lost track of a tab with a particular website. Windows Recall makes it easy to find any content and re-engage with it. You can perform a search in the Recall app just like you would ask a friend. It understands your search intent and context, delivering the most relevant information right to you. No more endless searching, just quick, easy access to what you need. The new Windows Recall feature is a game changer for productivity, whether you're at work, school, or home. Picture this: you used to waste valuable time trying to remember where you saved a document, spreadsheet, or presentation. With Windows Recall, a simple search using a keyword or a phrase will quickly locate the file on your computer. No more digging through folders or browse history. This feature makes it effortlessly to find and re-engage with your important content, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. Despite the complexity behind Windows Recall, Microsoft has nailed the user interface. The app's design is intuitive with a prominent search box front and center, making it easy to start searching right away. The timeline option lets you effortlessly scroll through your past interactions, helping you find content even if you don't remember specific details. Search results are neatly organized into categories, so you can quickly locate what you need. When you select a snapshot, it's simple to copy content into the clipboard or re-engage with the original application, streamlining your workflow and boosting productivity. Here's a big win. Windows Recall works offline. It stores snapshots locally on your computer using new Windows Semantic Index and several AI models that are part of Windows Copilot runtime. This means all processes happen on device with no data being uploaded to the cloud for processing. So Windows Recall can function without an internet connection. This local processing also alleviates privacy concerns. Microsoft ensures that everything stays on your computer and your data isn't used to train their AI models. You can use Windows Recall confidently knowing your information remains secure and confident. Another good reason to use Windows Recall on Windows 11 is that you can control the feature in a number of ways. For instance, on the Recall and Snapshots page, you can easily enable or disable the features needed. You also have the flexibility to adjust the storage space allocated for the snapshots based on your drive's capacity. If you ever find that the feature has captured sensitive information, or if you're troubleshooting issues, you can manage or delete the snapshots stored on your computer. Additionally, if you prefer not to save information from specific websites or applications, you can use the filter option to exclude them, ensuring that Windows Recall operates exactly how you want it. If you're finding this video helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now let's talk about the 5 reasons not to use Windows Recall. One of the top concerns about this feature is privacy. Microsoft says it's all stored locally and processed with on-device AI. But here's the thing, we can't be 100% sure none of the data ever gets sent to Microsoft servers. Knowing there is a feature constantly tracking your every move with screenshots, yeah, that's a bit much for most people. Privacy is king, and this might be just crossing the line. Also, knowing that you will always have a feature tracking your every move with screenshots, it's not something anyone feels comfortable using. Alright, let's dive into security. This one is a big one. Windows Recall as a feature doesn't seem to have a built-in security. Microsoft is leaning on existing security of Windows to protect your data. That means if you want your Recall data to be encrypted, you will need to set up BitLocker on Windows 11 Pro or device encryption on Windows 11 Home. But here's the kicker. Windows Recall isn't password protected. So if you ever set your device to log in automatically, anyone with physical access can see everything you've been doing. Imagine someone getting their hands on your PC, all your activities, passwords, bank account numbers, and sensitive information, all exposed if you've pasted them somewhere or reviewed them on your screen. And Windows Recall doesn't moderate this content in the snapshots. That's a major security red flag. Now let's talk about storage, because Windows Recall is a serious space hog. To build and maintain its database, it requires a hefty chunk of your SSD. If you've got a device with 256 GB SSD, it's going to take up 25 GB by default. Upgrade to a 512 GB SSD, that allocation jumps to 75 GB. And for 1 TB SSD, you're looking at 150 GB. Here's the kicker. 25 GB of storage only holds 3 months of recall data. So, if you want to keep up older snapshots, you're going to need even more space. That could mean you'll have to upgrade your storage just to keep this feature running smoothly. Not exactly convenient, right? Alright, this is where things get pretty disappointing. The system requirements for Windows Recall are no joke. To use this timeline feature, you'll need a Copilot Plus PC. What does that mean? Well, you'll need a PC with an NPU of at least 40 TOPS. As of now, that's only available on Qualcomm Snapdragon X processors. But wait, there's more. You also need a system with at least 256 GB of storage and 16 GB of RAM. So, here's the bottom line. Even if you've got a relevant new computer, you might still need to buy a new one just to use the Windows Recall. That's a pretty steep barrier to entry for most people. Alright, let's clear something up. Microsoft is hyping Windows Recall as the ultimate tool to find anything on your PC. Files, folders, emails, you name it. But there's a catch. It only tracks things you've actually opened on your computer. If you haven't opened any file, Recall won't have any record of it, so you're out of luck. And here's another kicker. As your storage allocation fills up, Windows Recall starts deleting the old snapshots to make room for new ones. So if you've set it to use 25 GB, you won't be able to find any document or website after about 3 months. That's a pretty significant limitation if you're relying on it as your go-to search feature. I'm noting this as a reason to consider because a lot of people will think this is the new search for Windows 11, but it's not. Windows Recall can only retrieve information from snapshots from the limited Windows semantic index that deletes data as the storage fills up. On the other hand, Windows Search is always running and indexing all your files to make them searchable through traditional keyword queries. And even if you reset the search index, the system will be recreated again by scanning your files again. So that's all I can say about the new Windows Recall feature. Let me know in the comments what you guys think.